They're on.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I would like to call the June 1st special call meeting to order. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second. I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? At this time, we have the business of the superintendent.
Thank you, Madam President. Number three, we have first, we have approval of personnel recommendation. I would like to first, things I would like to table the coaching stipend for the rest.
I move that we accept the recommendation from personnel for the superintendent.
Second motion.
I have a motion and a second to approve personnel with the exception of the athletic stipends. Any questions or concerns? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Number four, personnel renewal classified recommendation, 2627.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or concerns? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Number five, approval of certified staff recommendation, 2627.
Do I have a motion? So, do I have a second?
I second the motion.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or concerns? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Number six, approval of cheer camp June 5 to 8, 2020.
Do I have a motion?
I move that we approve of the cheer camp June 5th through 8th, 2026.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions or concerns? Mr. Harden. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? motion to adjourn the special call meeting and go into our work session?
So moved.
Second. I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Then I have a motion for the work session.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to call the order of the work session. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? At this time, we have the discussion of the June 8th school board meeting, and that should be last, because we have some things to discuss. It's in this order. So we're gonna skip number 2 and go to number 3, the discussion of the school board retreat. So the school board retreat for the new board members who get together once a year to discuss the upcoming goals, which is, normally set, we just did our strategic plan. So first we need to, create a date and a location and work on our agenda. Mr. Vick, do you have any recommendations?
I recommend that we, use, Yemen as the location, Madam President. And also, if possible, I would like to have the board retreat, for school June this year.
So we're gonna do it on Friday and Saturday, like we did last Friday evening and Saturday already.
Correct, yes, ma'am.
Can we request people availability for the next few weeks? That way we can, schedule it based on who's available. And what day would you be available on Friday evening and Saturday only, before school starts? If we need time to think about that, and we can come back to it next week. Ms. Hawkins?
When you say Friday, what are the times, what are the times?
I would think about 5:30 to like 7:30. The last time we was out of there, and Friday, I think 5:30 to like 6:30, almost 7 o'clock. I think we just used the last 30 minutes to clean it up. And Saturday, starting at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock and to 4. And any suggestions that needs to be on the agenda, or you would like, we normally do, training with the administrators and Mr. Vick. One thing I would like to see as part of the training is some, SPED training for the leadership in us, so when we have hearings and stuff, we'll have better knowledge of the SPED procedures. I would like to see that.
Yes, ma'am.
If anybody else have any ideas, y'all want to email it, or Ms. Martin, you have some ideas?
I do know that, part of what we do on one part of where we sign, and I'm trying to think of what that document is called, but within that document, we're saying that at some point in our retreat, we actually have some type of activities or activity where we're bonding as a board. And I would hope that that would be a part of the agenda, primarily because we do have 2 new members. We are good reason for making sure that we're doing activities where we can know one another better and understand the perspectives that each one of us has. And then for me, for the date, I just need to know, are we looking at June or July, or as far as,
Well, school starts July 13th, Mr. Vick.
July 13th to staff, July 20th to students.
okay?
so it has to be before then, and the week before that, before the July 10th. So I guess we are saying in the month of June.
Okay.
End of the month of June.
In month of June. I'm available Friday, Saturday, so, and, Juneteenth is on a Friday, so that's a holiday.
So it would have to be the 26th and 27th.
Yes, 26th and 27th.
I'm not gonna go to June. No, the only day that I have to leave this Friday. I know for sure though. It's Friday and Saturday, I don't have 2 days, right? Friday, Saturday.
So Friday, last, that's the day we did our binding, that was the day, and Friday evening, is the binding process. I mean, the 19th, I can do it on the 19th myself, but that'll be a holiday for the staff, if they have to come in. Well, we can do the binding for just the board and the superintendent on the 19th, and do the professional development on the 20th. That's the big.
Now, that's a possibility, Madam President, but we could also really look into the, at the very beginning of the,
I was gonna say, what about the 10th, 11th, 17th, 18th?
Of July,
Yeah.
17th, 18th of July, is
You're-
everybody available?
I mean, I
cause that'll still be before school.
So if everybody is available after they look at the calendar, can you email and say if you're available on the 17th and the 18th
July.
July?
So the options are July 17th, 18th. And what options do you have in June?
The 19th and the 20th.
You know that, on the 20th, here in the city of Macomb, there, we celebrate Juneteenth on the 20th with the Black History Gallery. And that's, I'm not a part of their program, but I would like to be able to attend that.
So we're gonna knock down the 17th, 18th, if everybody's available of July. This is the July 17th, 18th.
Yes, ma'am, that sounds good.
Next on, go ahead.
I just had nothing to do with the retreat itself, but going back to the June 3rd or July 13th start date for the students. Is that what we're saying?
What's that?
And when will the students begin?
July 20th.
The 20th. Okay. And I'm asking that because I've had a few people to ask me, when do they start, when do the students start? And I wonder, do we have that on the website or on Facebook?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right.
Yes. We'll continue to communicate that,
Yes, sir. All right, thanks. Okay.
Next on the agenda is discussion of school walkthrough during the summer break. And it's just,
The first is due to arrive next week for the new edition of Summit Coherence, the week of June the 8th. So, and we're going to actually, be, completing all the room with this and all necessary furniture for the student. Maybe the week after that, we can do a walkthrough, which would include Summit Coherence.
13th?
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Is everybody available to do a walkthrough on the 13th?
Time frame.
What's, yes? 9, starting at 9 or 8? 8?
Possibly some of it.
Okay, 8 o'clock for June 13th.
It's being delivered the week of June the 8th, next week. That Monday, with, it's being delivered out. And we have a crew set up, we have to put everything in as soon as possible.
At this time, we'll have a discussion of the June 8th school board agenda. We'll have call the order Macomb School District Vision and Mission Statement, 30 seconds of silence, adoption of the agenda, presentation of awards for the highest ADA for Summit Elementary. Then we'll have technology update for Mr. Biggs. Would you like to wait till the board meeting?
That's at your pleasure.
Then we'll have school at risk, Higgins, school at risk dinner. Review and approval of minutes. Any questions or concerns?
I have one concern. Right. We'll be in the work session. Changed some. It was where we were using the initials. I think Macomb School District Police Department. And it needed to be spelled out. And my thing was, whenever minutes are written, they should be written as if the reader does not know anything about who we are and what we do. And sometimes when we use initials, it can be confusing for a person who is not familiar with what's supposed to be written. Anyway.
So that is on the minutes that say the superintendent recommend board approval of SRO vehicle patrol. So can we spell those out correctly for when we approve for next week?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Dr. Burke?
I just remembered to, check the minutes for, in the era that I saw published. And I think our, media obtains supposedly most of their information on our minutes, is that correct?
Yes, sir, Dr. Burke, and we went back and checked our minutes, they were correct. For whatever reason, when they were published in the Enterprise Journal, there was a typo, we did contact them, right, James?
On which part?
It was a vote that they had incorrect.
Okay, that's not.
They were correct in the minutes on our side. Ms. Keith had done those minutes and they were correct. He published them incorrectly.
Okay, but there was, and maybe I'm wrong, y'all correct me if I am. There was also a error in which the board presented a presentation to the police department. And I think his name, there's a name, James Brown.
That was also,
It should have been Joshua.
we have that correct. He did not
Yeah,
have
that's
that.
what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
So basically, our minutes was correct.
That's what I'm asking.
The information he publishes, which is saying is incorrect.
Correct. So I just want to make sure I mention.
Yes, our information is correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and we did contact,
We did, he just did not correct it.
Next, we have review and approval of financial statement. Any questions questions or concerns? Review and approve of claims document. Any questions or concerns?
Two questions on that.
Dr. Burns?
Docket number 848137. It's on pages 4 of 10. We know if there is, non-standing mechanics that on this particular payment, which,
What's the number, Dr. Burns?
848137.
no, it's 8488137 on page 4.
Okay. For the contract.
Yeah. How many, you know what payment is that? How many? What is the last payment?
Here you go.
That's a branch.
What?
There's 228,000.
I would check with, Mr. Erndale, there could be probably one more amount of things that they are feeling up, physical ground facility. That would be pretty much one thing that left the doctor. I would definitely check with him tomorrow, okay?
Okay, I'm interested to know that.
Yes, sir, and I,
That we are on target with those payments.
yes, sir. And I'll get back to the board, on the regular board meeting.
Yeah, that needs to be clear so we know exactly what we are.
Yes, sir.
For our financial responsibility to that company. Also, docket number 848120. Do we know where those switches are being installed? What campus?
Those actually aren't switches, those were cabling and power supplies for the switches we'd already purchased.
Okay, that's why I was asking. So,
They're actually for here at central office. We purchased the switches through the SLCGP grants, but the grant did not cover cabling, power supplies, or connectors that came out of the district budget. It was purchased to make sure those switches actually ran. So that was purchased for here.
so that's why I was kind of confused, because on the last purchase we did, we bought switches, right?
Yes,
And that's what I was concerned, why were we doing another order of switches when we had just purchased switches?
they were supplies for switches. So the grant would only cover the actual hardware. The grant would not cover any of the cabling, any of the power supplies, or any of the connectors for them. So that was actually had to be purchased out of district funds so that the stuff that we purchased to replace the aging switches here at central office would actually work.
Thank you, Mr. Biggs.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Hall?
Claim number 848152, on page 5 of 10. Schmidt Sleeping and Long District Care, exists for the year 25-26. And also, is this the new company that we're going? So is this for the entire year?
No, that's just, yes, I think we don't deal with them Monday, but they cover the whole district. Football field, they do the whole district. That's the long service.
And we want to open purchase or grant up to a certain amount.
I think we have a contract. Any more questions? Any more questions about the claims document? At this time, we have the report of duties of the superintendent.
Thank you, Madam President. Report and presentation of attendance of the superintendent. Number 12, we have teacher attendance, enrollment breakdown in this report, for the month of May. Do you have any questions? 12B, we have the consent agenda.
One through four, any questions or concern about the consent agenda?
I wanted to go back to, teacher attendance report, enrollment breakdown, and discipline. And I just wondered, since this data would actually have it where we understand how we've done all school year, is it possible for us to have something put together that will show, all of the months?
Yes, ma'am.
In maybe like a bar graph or line graph or something that indicates our strengths and not so good, especially on, all of it is important. I'm thinking that with discipline as an example, it would be good to see the months that we had the most issues, or even for the enrollment breakdown, our attendance.
So for the month of June, we're gonna do the whole year of 25, 26.
Yes, ma'am.
This will indicate which, also, some locations.
Yeah.
You can see which student had greater, versus, same.
Yes, sir, with the technology we use with school staff and stuff, so it can be used by students.
That's a word, that works.
So we'll have that ready for the regular school board meeting.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
We have 4 meetings in June.
Yes, ma'am.
So if we go to the next month.
Yes, ma'am.
Any more questions about the teacher attendance, enrollment breakdown, or discipline? Any questions about the consent agenda, item 1 through 4? On the regular agenda, we'll have the election of officer, election of board president, election of board vice president, election of board secretary. Any questions or concerns?
I have a question. If any of these positions, this is for you, Attorney Day, because I know that, when a person is new to the board, they're still in a learning phase. I just wonder, does that apply here for all 3 of these positions?
So in accordance with the policy, anyone who wishes to run or serve in either of these roles has to have completed their first full year as a board member, if I'm not mistaken.
Mr. Big?
Number 2, we have approval of contract with Rise and Shine.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 3, we have approval of Unit Solutions on speed track.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 4, we have approval of small house speech and language service.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 5, we have approval of contract with Rosemont Consulting Service.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 6, we have approval of contract with Ashfire Rehab Group.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 7, we have approval of contract with Fluency Plus.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 8, we have approval of contract with Savage Learning Company.
Any questions or concerns?
Number 9, we have personnel review of service line.
You'll put some that we need to.
Yes, ma'am, it is needed. Number 10, personnel review of classified recommendation, we will have it on the agenda as needed. Number 11, second review of student handbook for the 26-27 school year.
It appears that number 11 and number 12, is that a typo? Ms. Edwards, or you have them back to back?
That's the employee handbook and the student handbook.
Okay. Any questions or concerns about the student handbook?
Yes,
Mr. Dr. Burns?
I have, also, concern regarding the student handbook, to make sure that we are in compliance with what has, been recently adopted in the state legislature. What I've done, I did an analysis of what they presented to us at the update of the school law at the Mississippi School Board Association, and I'd like to share this information. And what I did was I broke it down by whether it was a House bill or a Senate bill, and you can review this at your leisure. But it was mostly takeaways from what they say they are recommending. Some are recommendations and some were adopted. So particularly those things that are adopted are those concerns that we need to make sure that we have, that we're in compliance with when we're doing our publications on it. So I think we have I shared with you also the department heads, because it also involves several of our department heads, or as those new things that have been adopted, and they are working on the things that they have recommended. Some of which that we are already, I do know, after I researched our policies, a lot of them have to do with our policies. They're saying that we need to update and make sure that we're in compliance with us looking at our policies. I know that we have the School Board Association that's working with us on that. But I was speaking handbook that being published, I know that some of the things that we are publishing needs to make sure that we're in compliance. For a particular example, where we're changing, they have adopted from the attendance that we're at 63% currently, they moved it to 66%. And those things that are regarding allowable absences, there are some things that our CTE programs, some new things that have been adopted that we need to make sure that we're in compliance with. And there are some things that have been indicated that it will be indicated in here and said must be implemented as of implementation of approval date from MPE. But you also see where I have policies, the things that are regarding our policies that we need to look at. That was presented at the, Ms. Morton has, probably has some other additions to this as well. This is still updates.
Yes, sir.
There was one in particular that I saw that they had adopted where there were some items that we, as technology-wise, that we were unable to purchase under a certain umbrella. But now it is, they revamped that and made several other things allowable purchases. So we're really looking at that very closely. That's it.
I have two questions. One, are we still gonna be 100% free lunch?
Yes, ma'am.
In the handbook of the bills, it said if somebody bring their own bill, they have to pay for a bill for 50%. If they still have to pay if they bought their own lunch?
We will address that on that.
And my next question is early graduation. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I really ain't had time to look through it, so I'm not sure, and I should have asked this question earlier. Did we change the wording in our handbook? Because it previously stated that a student would have to request in the 10th grade for early graduation. And last year, we requested that be changed. I think we got to determine that we had a student that had received a scholarship from USM that was eligible for graduation. The graduation policy, yes, early our policy has stated in the handbook that you have to request early graduation in the 10th grade. Well, then we brought the policy before us, and again, I apologize. I haven't had time to go line by line to verify that remained the change in the handbook.
I'll check and see if it's been updated,
Okay.
because I'm not sure if the policy was updated or if it was just an exception. I'm not really sure, so I will have to go back and look at stuff on it.
Okay.
Well, I do agree that we need to be more flexible in the 10th grade. So we will look at our policy and our handbook and that's just the court.
Okay, that's all I have. Any more questions?
I have one question.
Dr. Burke?
And Mr. Dick may not be able to answer this, but in this IUP, where they say we must implement by January 2027, Senate Bill 2787, it deals with, the piping. We have any type of policy on our, it says that we have to do an annual test on our liquefied piping system. So we test piping system.
Okay.
So we need to check into that.
Yes, but, Dr. Bird, I will have to get the name and really, do a search for we have one what we need to do going forward to comply with the Senate Bill 2787.
And then the last thing is I know we have a policy for student disciplinary in regards policing regarding firearms and vehicles. But this is something that we also need to look at our policy on as well. The language that they want us to update for policy regarding firearms and vehicles. That's gonna be, language update regarding firearms. When looking at our discipline policies, it's kind of, it's not close to this.
Yes, sir. When it comes to the gas policies, I'll get back to the board at some point on
to the use of AI. Reading this, it says that the state did not pass a mandate in the school board policy. However, we are allowed to have ones within the districts. Where are we going with the AI policy?
We currently, don't have a policy that I'm aware of, I believe it's the school board, okay. Well,
I'm just saying that's correct. There's no, I don't think it's AI.
but I was speaking to Mr. Gibble, MSBA, who was taking
Any more questions?
Number 12, second review of employee handbook 26-27 school year.
I have a question. I'm sorry, any questions or concern? On page, we do have a Title 9 coordinator, but it's not listed. It just had Ed McComb, K-12.
Yes, ma'am.
And the employee, Russell, I say this every year since I've been on the board. If it's in writing, we need to make sure we're doing that. Because we hold the children to a standard that the adults are not, following. So if we gonna tell kids they can't wear Crocs, the teachers can't wear Crocs. We tell the girls they can't wear tights, and our teachers wearing tights.
Yes, ma'am.
And our policy say no open-toe shoes, but we got teachers wear open-toe shoes and then send a kid home because they got it. I mean, our grown-ups have to follow the rules first.
So I think the open toe, speak, because I actually just read that, it said that the open toe shoes, we find it on the page also, that the person has to have a strap around the heel to make sure that the shoe doesn't slip off their feet. But an employee can wear open toe shoes. We go back and find that.
But that's my concern right there. So we'll send a kid home with a pair of shoes that have strap and says on the toe or sandals, and then the girls can't wear them. But then we got teachers that have similar shoes on, but because it's a grown up, I just want us to be fair, because kids take pictures of grown up wearing the same thing that they get sent home for. So we need to be consistent and fair with the policy. So if we're gonna say sandals, open toe, I ain't got a problem with it. I just want us to match what we asking kids to do. Because kids follow grown-ups. So either way, I'm fine with it. I just want us to mirror what we asking them to do.
Yes, ma'am.
That's why the kids was wearing the Crocs, but they said the Crocs is closed toes, but they got a strap. But then when you catch them, they don't have the strap on, so we don't have time to be regulating that type of stuff. So that's why the handbook lists Crocs in the school handbook, but Crocs should also be in the grown-up handbook. Because they don't wear the strap either. Yes, this handbook, but last year, the teachers were wearing them and not. So we need to make sure that we're consistent.
I think the strap is so that if you
It's supposed to be sportswear.
ladies' feet slip out of it and possibly cause an accident, you won't be held liable for the follow.
Right. That's all I have.
We allow for open toe shoes.
But I think the point was that they hurt themselves. They slip, fall, I don't know.
So
What-
like I said,
And see, some school districts, the open toe open-toed shoe, if you drop the
Something
stapler
on, right.
or whatever, it could become a workman's comp claim.
Right.
So some
Right.
schools don't allow open-toed shoes for employees for that reason.
But what I'm hearing is that the employee handbook needs to mirror the student handbook for the child.
I agree.
It says that.
I know it says it, but we, like the yoga pants and stuff, so we just had an event at the school, and you go to the school, they have on sandals and shoes, and they say they have strap on. But my only problem with that is, me personally, we got kids that we send home and say, okay, they out of dress code, and they need to be in school. So let's just make sure that whatever we have in writing, that we follow through with the grown-ups.
Yes, ma'am. And we'll make that part of our in-service dialogue too. When the staff will have on July 13th that week, not birthday.
Well, that's all I have for employee handbook. Any more concerns about the employee handbook? Yes, it is.
Yes, ma'am. Next, we have number 13, miscellaneous business, out of district transfers.
Any questions or concerns? At this time, we'll have a closed determination on whether or not to enter into executive session if need be. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So,
Dr. Burke, second. Ms. Alton, all in favor? Aye.